Question number 6. This series that we're going to address with the seller on the initial call to seller is about timing in the move. This will ask, we're trying to drive it as motivation. In our MORE score, motivation, objectivity, readiness to change, and expectations of you. This is really addressing motivation to price the property correctly. So here we go. I know, seller, that you might still be solidifying your plans, but can I ask you, when do you think you're ready for buyers to begin looking at the property? So the objective of that question was to find out, well, Brian, we've got to interview 3 realtors. Brian, we have to get a carpet bid here. Brian, we've got to find out if our job is going to happen there in the next city, or we just made an offer on new construction. So what happens is when we ask this question, we expose what the situation is and what condition might prevent them from moving forward at your first meeting with them. Okay. The next thing in the series here is, at this point, can I ask you this? Have you figured out your ideal move date? If I could ask you this about that, if we're marketing the property and we have a buyer that comes in, let's say Relo. Relos are rabbits, local people are turtles. And if we had a Relo rabbit come in and they needed, let's say, 3 to 4 weeks possession on the property, could you do that, or would you have to work something else out? If they say, no, we could do that, they get a really high scoring on the MORE score, motivation. However, if they say on the phone, there's no way we could do that. Again, they might repeat the condition that they have to get taken care of beforehand. And again, if they say, no, we couldn't give this house up and we need 90 days to move, that certainly shows a problem with objectivity. They don't understand that if a Relo rabbit came through and gave you your price, because you're moving 3 to 4 weeks, and they say, no, we would need 60 to 90 days to get out of here. We got to pack, we don't know where we're going next. And it's really amazing what answers you get when you ask these questions in this series here. Personally, seller, I'm optimistic to share with you that's about your house selling. However, I did want to share with you right here on this CMA report that I'm looking at is there's some great brands on here, this brand name and this brand name. However, some of their listings are not going under contract for 72 days or 172 days, whatever it is on that CMA report. Can I ask you, seller on the phone here, how long did you estimate it may take to sell? Now let's say their answer is, well, Brian, we know it's a tough market. It could take at least 6 months, maybe 12. Well, here's what I know as an agent. If somebody says to me 6 to 12 months, I probably will not be around. They've overpriced this thing so high, because I believe there is no such thing as a tough economy. There's only tough sellers. I don't care if it's 53 to 1 supply and demand. If you take that $2.3 million listing that I was talking about in the prior video, and they'd started at $1.6 million from the get-go, they probably would have got the next buyer in that marketplace. And what is our goal as listing agents to sellers? We want the next buyer in the marketplace. We don't want to give it away and get 5 offers the first day, because then we were too low. However, if we could price it at the marketplace and still try to sell it in less than 30 days, regardless of the economy. So it's not the economy that's the problem. It's the seller's opinion. Oh, wait, it's the fact that the listing agent could not persuade the seller to change their opinion. That's why houses don't sell. It isn't our marketing plans. It's the failure of the agent on the interview who does not have the ability to persuade the seller to go to the right price, or the agent doesn't even know the right price. And they're just, plucked from there, trying to figure out what that number is. Okay, so that was the series of questions regarding ideal move date and seller's opinion about the marketplace. Again, what we're going after, and you'll notice in these questions, it's always price, opinion, and what they think about how their house sits in the market. And one last thing I want to say, if the seller says to you, if you say, how long do you think it'll take to sell the property? And they say 3 to 4 weeks, because after all, we have a nice house here. And if they told you earlier that they indicating they're going to try to price it up here and they want to sell in 3 to 4 weeks, this goes to expectations. They expect you to pull off a miracle. They want to get the highest rate of return or the highest appreciation, whatever it is, in the area. However, they're not going to price it right, but they're counting on you and your marketing plan, which we know no marketing plan can serve the promise if the house is overpriced. All right, let's go on.